my name is Muhammad Noramin and I'm in class 3A5. Today I'm going to talk about how social media influences affect the way student thinks and act. It's a topic that is relevant to all of us, so let's dive in and see what's really going on. We're going to start with the central idea of this topic. Well, the central idea of this topic is the impacts of social media influences on student perceptions and behavior. Focuses on social media influences can significantly, really influence students' self-esteem, impacting their education and social interaction, potentially boosting confidence and motivation. Well, try imagine scrolling through a social media feed and being bombarded by this image of seemingly perfect life and lifestyle. Now picture being a student as myself and feeling the pressure to measure up to these idealized standards. This is the reality of the impacts of social media influences on student perception and behavior. As someone who has extensively researched the effects of social media influences on students' behavior and perception, I have delved deep into this topic. Furthermore, numerous studies and expert analysis support the importance of understanding how these influences can shape our youth thinking and actions. Furthermore, social media influencers are individuals who have gained significant following online, often by showcasing their lifestyle, endorsing products, or offering advice. The influence they will can be transformative, particularly among students who are still developing their identities and worldviews. The topic of the impacts on social media influences can on students' perceptions and behavior is highly relevant in today's digital age. We're all connected to social media in some ways, and understanding how it affects our students can help us navigate this complex digital landscape, ensuring a more positive and a supportive environment for their growth. Well, in this discussion, we will explore the profound influence of social media influences on students, focusing on how it can significantly impact their self-esteem, influence their education and social interaction, and even potentially boost their confidence and motivation. Moving to my next point is impact of self-esteem and body image. Social media influencers often project idealized body image. Many social media influencers frequently showcase carefully crafted images of their body, often projecting beauty ideals that are far from reality. This information underscores the widespread presence of idealized body representation across various social media platforms. This image can have a detrimental effects on the self-esteem of impressionable students, as they may feel inadequate when comparing themselves to these influences. For instance, one study found that 78% of surveyed students reported feeling worse about their bodies after viewing posts by influencers who frequently promotes a perfect body image. More example to support my main point. Additionally, interviews with students showcase how they felt pressured to conform to these body ideals, leading to behavior like extreme dieting and excessive exercises. In some cases, students admitted developing a body dysmorphic tendency, demonstrating the severe consequences of such influence on their body, self-esteem, and body image. On to my next point, which is influence on aspiration, education, and career choices. Social media influences shape students' career aspiration. Well, because substantial portion of students express that they do consider the careers and education paths endorsed by these influences as appealing. This result highlights the influence of these influences in shaping students' aspiration. Additionally, students are particularly drawn to careers or education pathway represented as glamorous or high status by these influences. This showcases how influences can impact students' choices in education and careers. For example, interviews with students shows that many are motivated to pursue careers that have been they've seen influencers excel in, believing it to be a pathway to success. Besides, surveys indicate that students are inclined to choose courses or majors endorsed by influencers, thinking that choice will lead to a more desirable future. Some students even express that desire to follow specific influencers' footsteps in terms of education and career choices, emulating their perceived success. Well, next, boosted confidence and unrealistic expectations. Let's get to it. Social media influencers can be influential in boosting students' confidence while setting unrealistic expectations. I'm so sorry. By portraying themselves as self assured and capable individuals, influencers often inspire students to cultivate greater self confidence and belief in their potentials. However, the same influencers may inadvertently set unrealistic expectations through their curated images and lifestyle, leading students to compare themselves to these idealized standards. Or, for example, interviews with students highlight how they have adopted a more confident attitude in various aspects of their life, crediting influences for these positive changes. Conversely, the desire to match the perceived perfection of influences can result in students feeling overwhelmed and falling short on these lofty standards, causing stress and dissatisfaction. Further examples show that some students experience anxiety and self-esteem issues due to these unrealistic comparisons, indicating the profound influence of influences on students' perceptions and behaviors. In this exploration of impacts of social media influences on students, we've uncovered a complex interplay of influences from self-esteem to career choices and delicate balance between boosted confidence and unrealistic expectation. As we take a step back and reflect on the broader pictures, it's crucial to recognize that we're living in an era where digital influences wield significant power over the perceptions and behavior of students. The world of social media is an ever-evolving landscape, and the lessons we've learned today underscore the importance of fostering a sense of critical thinking and self-assurance. Uh, sorry. Together, let's work towards keeping social media impact as wellspring of motivation rather than an impossibly high standards for both our own life and those of the student we mentor. In this way, we can play a role in shaping a generation that confidently and wisely navigate the digital world while staying true to their authentic self.